Hello there, Shalon Day here with Bible Journaling Ministries, and today I am going to be journaling Psalm 39:7 along with you. So if you're ready, I'm going to be using an acrylic block, some clear stamps, just a few markers, and my Illustrated Faith ink pad along with my kit. So if you're ready, let's get started. All right, so let's look at this beautiful kit available this month through your Momentum subscription or for sale in our shop at BibleJournalingMinistries.com/shop. So the title of this is My Hope is in You, and the verse reference is Psalm 39:7 that says, "Now, Lord, what do I wait for? My hope is in you." So this is a 3-page kit. Beautiful soft blues and pinks and greens. The first page has your two ladies here with some flower stems. You have butterflies and a little bunny in a basket with flowers, a camera, a bottle with some more flowers, your tab, crosses, hearts. We have our word fetty here that says, "My hope is in you." And then we've got 4 different washi tapes available. The second page has your Faith Dex cards, beautiful butterflies, always my favorite in the spring. We have some flags, more crosses, more ladies. We have our seat or our chair, and it says relax, some more washies, and then a flower pitcher. The third page has your larger elements for your larger Bibles with the larger margins, as well as larger word fetty, your ladies, crosses, a bigger bunny, he's so cute, and a butterfly. So I am going to be using just the kit, but I'm also going to be using some stamps that I got, and I will put the link in the description of this video for you to, if you're interested in these, from Amazon. And the link that I will be providing you is the Ministries affiliate link. We may earn a small commission if you use that link. It doesn't cost you any more, but we sure do appreciate the support of the ministry. And these are just like little notepads or little sticky notes, if you will. But I'm going to use these to do some journaling on my page. But I'm just going to use the kit. I printed it on sticker paper, and I have already pre-cut with my silhouette. So I'm also going to be using the Illustrated Faith black ink pad. So that's all I'm going to be using. I love these stamps because I can make what looks like a little note in my entry and then use that to do some scripture writing or just journaling my thoughts, maybe even a prayer. I'm sure there are bigger ones available, but these are the ones that I have, and these are the ones that I'm going to use. So if you're ready to dive in with me, I am going to be journaling in my NIV Artisan Collection Momentum Bible for this year. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight my verse. I didn't want to get too intricate in this entry as far as backgrounds or anything like that, because the kit is just so beautiful, and also because I just wanted to make it simple. So in the NIV, the verse says, "But now, Lord, what do I look for?" Whereas in the World English Bible Version, it says, "Now, Lord, what do I wait for?" Both of them say, "My hope is in you." So I'm just going to highlight my verse here. I am using my Zebra Mild Liner double-ended highlighters. And I used like this little light aqua color. I don't know if there are names on these. Oh, it says blue-green. So I'm using the blue-green because it matches very well with the kit. I'm going to start out with my tab. I have a lot of stamps that were given to me. My mom used to make cards, and she had a huge amount of stamps and was cleaning out her crafting area a couple of years ago and asked me if I wanted them. So of course I said yes and went over and got all of the stamps that she was cleaning out. So I have clear stamps, I've got some rubber stamps, I've got all kinds of ink pads. So I'm just, and like I said, just a couple of years ago, and I'm trying to expand my horizons in my journaling. So I'm trying to utilize more of those stamps in my journaling. What I want to do first is stamp where I want to put my little notes, where I can do my writing. So I'm going to utilize just an acrylic block. Again, I think this came from my mom. But I'm just going to lay this down on my block. I'm going to take my ink pad and just lightly ink my stamp. Very lightly. So I did learn not to try to put my stamp on my ink pad because then I get it in all the open spaces. So I like to just take my ink pad and do it that way. And I like these clear acrylics because you can see where you are putting your image. And just press firmly. And then lift straight up. And now I've got my image of my little notepad there. I just take a baby wipe and wipe or stamp my ink off to clean my stamp. I really like these little stamps because they have open spaces where you can come back with colored pencils or colored pens or something like that and decorate it, color it in with whatever colors match your kit. So I really like that. Put that back together. So stamps for me can sometimes be a little intimidating because of placement, or if maybe my fan is going and my page like moves or something like that, or maybe I don't get enough ink on it, or maybe I get too much ink on it and then it smudges. So I'm still learning, but I would encourage you, don't be intimidated by stamps. Just practice with them. So I really wanted to use the third page, larger images. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm going to use this little lady here, and I'm going to have her kind of resting her foot on the top of my verse, because it's almost as if she's looking. And when it says, "But now, Lord, what do I look for?" it almost looks like she's looking away, looking for something. This kit is just so beautiful. I'm going to use one of these butterflies. On the side of where I stamped. And you know, I might come back and utilize another. It depends on what I decide I'm going to journal in this little space. If I need more room, I may choose a smaller one of these stamps in the set and give myself another stamp and give myself a little space to journal. My hope is in you. Isn't it? Isn't the Lord, He is just so good. That we can put all of our hope in the Lord. He's never going to fail us. We're never alone. He promises that to us in our word, or in His word, and we know that His word is true and infallible, and we never have to wonder. We only have to trust. So I'm going to put this I'm trying to be very careful because these little stems are delicate. And it came up a little bit on my stamp. That's okay. I'm going to layer these. Kind of joining them at the stem. Like that. Just seeing if there were any other flowers. I wonder if I can pull this up just a little. If I can pull this up just a little and then put this little picture down. Oh, that worked out great. Okay, so I'm going to put these down, and then I'm going to just cut these right at the opening where it looks like they're down in the little picture, coming up out of the picture. Like that. Beautiful. So let me know in the comments, do you enjoy the more intricate, um, journaling entries where you use a lot of products and you get real messy? Or do you prefer these simple ways? Just using the kit and maybe one or two other things where you're really able to focus on the scripture, concentrate on the scripture. How do you prefer to do that? I don't really have a preference. I like both. It really depends on what my mood is. So it depends. Depends on what mood I'm in at the time. Wonder if, let's see. I apologize if you are hearing background noise. My child is playing a video game, and so he is being rather loud. I think I have to use this little bunny. He's so cute, and these flowers are just very pretty. I don't know where to put him, though. He's just a little... Maybe I could put him down here. Yes. So cute. And then I think I'll use this mason jar full of flowers as well. It almost, because my scripture is right down here at the bottom, it almost covers my scripture, and I don't want that to happen. So I think what I may do is go ahead and just lay it down, trying to be careful, and then cut off what will cover my like this. So it just come right under my there. It was made to go there. And then I think, because it kind of looks, this little picture here with the flowers and the butterflies, it almost looks like my little stamp here. No, I don't think I am going to use that. I changed my mind. I am going to use the larger word fetty. Again, I cover my scripture. This Bible is not my study Bible. It is strictly for my momentum journaling, and I use it only for my journaling. So I do not mind covering the scripture in this Bible. And I believe I'm going to use this other butterfly simply because I love butterflies. And I'm just going to put it up, coming off of my word fetty here. And it does stick up a little bit above my page. So I'm just going to cut that off as if it is kind of flying off the page. If I can get to it. Sometimes I get myself in these little journaling predicaments where it's an odd place for me to be able to cut, and then I have to manipulate things. There. Now I am going to use my larger crosses as well. Just around so I'm going to use those two there around my larger word fetty. And then I think I'm going to use the smaller pink cross up here on my right above my stamp. And then I'm going to use my verse as well. I'm just going to put it down here. All right, so now I'm just going to take some markers, and these are Super Tip. They're just Super Tip from Crayola markers. And I chose these three colors because they match the kit. And then this is just a very fine line marker. Sipa is the name brand. Got it off of Amazon years and years ago. But that's what I'm going to use in my journaling here. So I'm just going to start out with, I'm going to use my green and pink and blue, and I'm going to outline around my elements just to make them pop off of the page just a little bit. So I'm just going to take them off, the lid off, and come around and outline around whatever elements, whatever color the elements are. That is the color of marker I'm going to use. Let's see if it bleeds through on the other side. A little ghosting, but nothing horrible. And I'm being very light-handed, so it's not, I'm not being very heavy-handed and going over several times. So hopefully I won't see any bleed through. Around my elements. But I like to do this just to add some dimension, but also to help my elements pop off the page. And it also helps because sometimes my Cameo will leave a little white space on my elements when it's cutting around it. I still have not figured out why that is. I can use my marker to kind of color in the white space. You could use a Posca pen for this if you wanted to. I have black and white currently. I'm looking to increase my supply to all of the colors that Posca has to offer in their paint pens. But markers do the same thing. It just adds some depth and some dimension around your elements. So I'll show you. If you can tell that my scripture here, it has a little bit of the white above it where it cut kind of up over that. So I'm just going to take my marker and outline with the white to cover that up. And I'm kind of laying my marker on that white space. Okay, let's check the other side. Let's see. No bleed through, some ghosting, but it's okay. Even my stamp ghosted a little. That doesn't bother me. You could gesso, however, gesso does change the way that your stamp ink lays on your page. So just be aware of that. I use my green around, and if you wanted to use your black around this butterfly, since the edges are black, or the edges of the wings are black, but I am going to use the green. And then I don't think I'm going to outline my stems here because they have a black outline around them anyway. I am going just to do around my girl's dress here. Just around her dress, not around her whole head and the flowers and stuff like that. So now I'm just going to take my super thin marker, and I'm just going to write a short prayer in this stamped area that I did. So I just wrote a short little prayer in thanks and praise of the Lord for him just being him, and for being all that I need to put my hope in. So we'll look at the back side of this. A little ghosting. Nothing bled through. Just some ghosting. Gives you a starting point on that other page. But a very easy way to use stamps to provide yourself with a place to journal with these little notepad stamps. And you could find bigger ones too, but this is how I utilize this particular one, and the reason why I purchased this whole set is so that I could use them to write small things in my journaling entries. And then you could always take your pen, be sure to put your date on your journaling entry. You could utilize the space around it. And again, take your colored pencils. If you just want to use stamps in your journaling to add some different, maybe you have some butterfly stamps and you wanted to add some different butterflies and some different colors, use your colored pencils to color those in to match exactly what your color palette is. They're so easy, they're so versatile, and you can just use them in so many different ways. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment or click the thumbs up button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. And I can't wait to be with you again to do another Bible journaling entry. So until then, may the Lord bless you and keep you always, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.